There is nothing else on TV quite like The Impractical Jokers, a show which, despite its almost universal appeal, has stayed consistently funny and completely fresh, managing to entertain anyone from the most cynical internet critic to the most out-of-touch boomer parents. The Impractical Jokers is lightning in a bottle. Its enduring popularity is almost entirely due to one thing: the cast. Q, Mur, Joe and Sal, a group of 4 childhood friends from New York, all with a slightly unique brand of comedy which, when together, works flawlessly. All 4 are beloved in their own way by the fanbase, but more often than not, if you were to ask any Impractical Joker fan who the most important of the 4 is, they will most likely say one name: Joe Gatto, who brings an energy to the show unmatched by the other presenters. His quick wit and unashamed self-depreciation made him a complete fan favourite. Joe was the glue of the show and the de facto leader of the group. This therefore made it all the more tragic when on the 10th of January 2022, almost completely out of nowhere, Joe announced he would be leaving the show. A complete gut punch to all fans of the Impractical Jokers. How could they survive without the often cited most important Joker? Would Sal, Q and Mur even want to? In a statement released by Joe, he announced the reason for leaving the show was his separation from his wife Bessie, who actually appeared frequently on the show with Joe. He said, quote, "Bessie and I have decided to amicably part ways, so now I need to focus on being the best father and co-parent to our 2 incredible kids." Joe's life is filled with past tragedies, with intense loss, as he details in many interviews. Joe lost both his parents, his father to alcoholism, as well as his mother, who died in 2012. A fact he even jokes about in a Try Not to Laugh challenge. It seems logical, therefore, that the separation from his wife would hit Joe particularly hard, and why he might have to leave the show. How could he be expected to be funny with so many stresses and struggles? Fans, however, have read more into Joe's departure than the statements that have been made public. The subreddit r/Impractical Jokers has been inundated with theories and speculation onto the real reasons why Joe has left. And although many can be explained away easily, there do seem some which seem to hold more weight. I will personally not be making any conclusions onto whether I believe them out of my respect for Joe, but many do seem a little more than coincidental, and it wouldn't hurt if the Impractical Jokers team decide to clear up some of the details if they are indeed simple misunderstandings. Primary source of evidence many Redditors have pointed to is HBO's conveniently timed removal of certain episodes from their HBO Max streaming site, particularly episodes related to Joe being in compromising situations. This includes episodes in which Joe becomes a massage chair, and one in which he asks women to apply lotion on him. Could these removals be an attempt by HBO to get ahead of a darker side of the story? Perhaps one where Joe's personal life is expected to become toxic to the show? Or is it simply a coincidence? Many on the subreddit have also questioned the hush-hush nature of his departure. The tributes to Joe's tenure on the show have been few and far between, particularly for someone who has contributed so much to the success of the show. There's been no Best of Joe Gatto episode, for example. In fact, aside from some suspiciously generic statements from Q, Sal and Mur acknowledging Joe's departure, his leaving the group has hardly even been mentioned. These theories could all be quelled soon enough, as Q, Mur and Sal have all announced that they will continue plans for the new season, despite the loss of Joe. It will certainly be interesting to see how they treat the substantial loss of Joe in the upcoming show, and whether they act sympathetically or continue seeming suspiciously subdued. Time will tell, and I hope, for the sake of us fans, this speculation will end on a positive note soon enough.